Use the bar model strategy to divide a fraction by a whole number. Bar model is sometimes referred to as a tape diagram. So you'll hear me use both of these terms interchangeably. However, when I'm working with my students, I usually describe it as a bar model because I think it's easier for them to understand. So I'm going to start by first creating a bar to show my fraction 1/3. And what I mean by that is I'm going to just draw a rectangle to start. And the reason why this is sometimes referred to as a tape diagram is that this rectangle is also supposed to represent a piece of tape. But as I said, I tend to refer to this as the bar model. So now that I've drawn my bar, I'm going to partition or section my bar model into 3 equal sections. So now that I've shown 3 equal sections, I'm going to shade one section because my numerator shows me that I have 1 out of 3 sections. So I'm going to use my marker to shade 1 section. Now, when I'm dividing my fraction by a whole number, I like to explain this to my students in terms of a food problem. What this problem really shows is that I have 1/3 of something. So let me give you an example. Let's say last night I ordered a pizza. I ate some of the pizza. In this example, I ate 2 whole thirds. So what I'm shading right now is the amount of pizza that I ate last night. I no longer have it, but I do have 1/3, which is what I've shown here in blue, left. So I have 1/3 of the pizza left. And what I'm going to do is take that pizza with me to work. So I have my leftover pizza. I'm going to take it with me to work, and I'm going to share it with my coworker. So I'm going to take my 1/3 of a pizza, and I'm going to share it with 2 people, me and my coworker. I wonder what I need to do to my pizza to be able to share it with 2 people. Well, usually at this point in the lesson, my students would tell me, cut it. That's quite a smart idea. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw another bar model, and I'm going to begin by cutting it into 3 sections so I can see again, I'm still starting with the same amount. But this time, I'm going to take each one of my thirds and cut it into 2 smaller pieces. Now it's very important that I'm cutting each of my 1/3 sections into 2 smaller pieces and not just the first section. And you'll see why in a moment. So now I'm going to shade again to show that I still have the same amount of pizza. I still have 1/3 of my original pizza. The only difference is I've now taken my 1/3 of a pizza and I've cut it into 2 smaller pieces so that I can have a piece and my coworker can have a piece. Now the question that I'm trying to answer here in my division equation is what size or what fraction of the whole pizza are my coworker and I going to have for lunch today? And to answer that question, what I need to do is take a look at my second bar model. So here I can see that I'm going to have 1 piece and my coworker is going to have 1 piece. I'm going to label my piece 1. When I'm naming my fraction, my numerator tells me how many pieces I have. So in this case, I'm going to have 1 piece and my coworker is going to have 1 piece. And my denominator tells me how many pieces I originally had in the total pizza. So to see that, I'm just going to quickly count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here's why I said It was so important for me to cut each of my sections into 2 smaller pieces, because what I need to do is visualize what that whole pizza would have looked like if I cut each of the sections into equal pieces. So I can see very easily now that my coworker and I are each getting a slice of pizza that is 1/6 of the original pizza. I hope that you found that helpful. Happy teaching!